And they are back again. Ben, Moon, The Climb. Welcome to another week of Mike Mooney and old Grumpy Ben. How you guys doing today? Good?
I'm doing good, boys. Cheers.
Yeah. Cheers to you guys. Question for you guys. You know, today was a big day as far as spring training and some major cuts that happened. What's it like over there in spring training right now, Mike, when cuts are happening right now? What's the mood like? Is it down? Is it, hey, this is business? Is it expected? What's going on over there?
That's a good question. Fortunately, I never got that like announcement during spring training, like, hey, you got to go home or something like that. But I kind of tickled this like question, like I think on our first one. But so yes, so right now mostly like the big leaguers that were signed on to be either part of the big league team or maybe a AAA guy might get released. Now, when it came to like if you're already starting minor leagues in AAA, AA, Single A, you just get sent down to the next level or whatever. And the guys that are in big leagues that are like still prospects but not making the big league team, or they're going to be like the 4A players in AAA, they get found down to AAA. What sucked in the minor league part of spring training is when you were that 10th overall DH at a certain part of spring training. That's when it was like, oh, everyone knew like, okay, you're getting released, or pretty much you're getting released.
Yeah.
And it was
is there a way to battle out of that? Like, if you are in that spot, can you battle?
Most of the times when you're in that spot is like, hey, we just need to get these guys at bats. His arm's not in shape from the outfield. He's battling with like an ankle injury, but he can swing it real well. But when it came closer towards April and you start like kind of delving in that 10 spot extra DH, it was like this, like
not looking good.
Yeah, the white elephant in the room, if you want to call it that, all the time. But like eventually, when you got like a little bit like, say, like when you were the, rookie ball guy or like low A guy in spring training, you didn't really know what was going on. When you're like the AAA, maybe been in big leagues a little bit or whatever, some guys would just be like, screw this. I have 10 bombs in spring training. I'm in 10th spot right now in DH, which happened all the time. And coaches would hear it, and the coaches wouldn't care. If they'd be like, I agree with you most of the time. Or they'd be like, if they didn't agree with them, they'd be like, just put their head down like that stuff. Because I'm talking about the minor league coaches, not the guys that actually were doing the releasings. They felt terrible when that's what happened. So it was always that weird, like what Booney, you said, like that time of spring training where a lot of transactions happen. The coaches on the field were always like, oh, because they've been there, they've done that. They were the players too.
Right.
So that's like, and then like a lot of times you have relationships with these guys where you're like they're friends. You go get a beer with them after games and stuff like that. So
sure,
yeah.
Is sometimes the spot's already kind of set. And here's the big debate I've been having with the A's lately. A's have right now, they have I wouldn't say a battle for center field, but they have a 2022 second round pick out of Palo Alto High School by the name of Henry Bolte.
Yeah.
And he's competing with, I wouldn't say he's competing. It's almost like Denzel Clarke, who's the 2021 fourth round pick out of Northridge, arguably could be the greatest.
He's been doing great.
Clarke kid's hitting bombs right now, right?
I'm sorry?
That Clarke kid's hitting bombs right now.
No, he's not hitting at all. That's the whole thing. But defensively, if he could hit 210, 220, if he could stay on the field every single day, just hit that, he arguably can be looked at as the greatest defensive player ever to play. He's that good defensively. That's no joke. But Henry Bolte, who's a second round pick, who's not on the 40-man roster, he's been crushing it, hitting 440, 450, hitting everything hard off the bat. And it's like, you're hearing people, and it's like, it's a given that Denzel's getting the job, even though he's hitting in the ones. To me, it's kind of like, hang on a second. I mean, it doesn't even seem fair at a certain point. And it's not like this Bolte kid's like a liability defensively. He's a good defensive outfielder. He's just not at the level Clarke is, but hitting wise, it's a different level. And it bothers me a little bit because it seems like Denzel Clarke, his whole thing, he played 47 games last year in the big leagues. He struck out a rate of 40%. I mean, all of a sudden that earns you a spot of being the everyday center fielder.
I'd say this from a pitcher standpoint, if he's as good as what you're saying defensively, I could care less what he's hitting. Like, he'd be swinging wet newspaper. But if the other one, there's not that big of a discrepancy, there's not big of a drop off defensively, then he's got to be considered. If he's doing both, there has to be consideration there. And I don't think you could necessarily just hand someone a spot because that's what everyone's saying should happen.
That's what I'm saying. Moon, have you ever been through spring training to absolutely tear it up and like, hey, I got a shot this year?
Absolutely. And the spot was already handed to someone else without even really letting me know. But when you're talking about a big league spot like that, someone's already on the roster. Their timeline has already begun. It's much easier to send them down to the minor leagues and
call someone up that's on the roster.
Yeah.
But when you have to create a whole new roster spot for someone that's not in the big leagues yet, that throws off a lot of things. That can affect pitchers.
Sure.
Whereas, like, the coach could be like, why the hell are we releasing this pitcher that's been on the 40-man roster for a year to make this guy, unless he's, like, pushing it to, like, he's doing some Aaron's Judge or, like, some crazy-ass crap like that, then you're affecting other players that, like, oh, I got to release him now because this other guy is pushing it in spring training.
Right.
So there's a lot of politics involved in that.
What is the process after spring training? You just get sent down to different minor league organizations?
Yeah, so you can be 19 years old, you can be 28 years old and get an invite to spring training or be on the roster.
Okay.
So
if you're 19, 18, 19, it's because you're probably a stud and all the other coaches want to see what this kid looks like all the time. So mostly it's in BP a little bit, live at bats on the backfield, the split squad games. And a lot of times that kid could go all the way back down to A-ball.
Got it.
Unless he's super stud and then he can go to like high A or something like that. Or you're that 20-year-old pitcher, he's throwing 95 plus. All right, you ain't there yet, so you're going down to A-ball, double A. But we wanted to see what your stuff looked like. And then the 28-year-old that was signed to be that 4A in between guy, if you don't make the big league squad, you're either getting released or AAA.
Gotcha.
Nowhere else.
Gotcha.
99% of the time.
Ben, when you were coming up and when you were getting a couple of opportunities, did you ever get a chance to face guys who were at the level of high A, low A, that sort of thing? And how'd you fare against them if you did?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think it did pretty well. A lot of times it usually happened when I was up in Humboldt. And so it's a college summer program, but we had guys from all over the place. And I was 2005, 2006, 2007 there, where we had national champs on the team from Fresno State and Oregon State.
Oh, wow.
On our team. And, we place a team like the Aloha Knights where, Phil Knight has the Nike bus roll into town and everyone hops off and, they're all decked out and, they got everything that you want. Yeah. You see it and you're like, damn, they got everything, but the team was loaded up and down. I think we played we played Toby Gerhart at one point.
Is that
running
right?
back
From Stanford.
Yeah, running back from Stanford.
Played with the Vikings.
Who had a bigger forehead? You or Toby Gerhart?
I might have him.
Oh man, that is a close one.
That was just one example where we were playing teams that they had guys up and down the lineup that were going to go somewhere. And another time I was on a CSM summer team. We go down to Palm Springs. We play at Palm Springs Power, and they got guys from USC, UCLA, the SoCal big D1s. Those guys were all going to go somewhere, and I carved them up.
Did you really? All right, so let me ask you a question. In baseball at the level, what defines a prima donna?
I think someone who hasn't quite earned their spot yet. You're coming out early, you get picked up wherever it is that you're getting picked up to play, and you walk in like you own the place, and you really haven't paid your dues, for 1 second.
Hype.
All hype.
Yeah.
Got 5 stars by his name, a few stars, whatever it may be.
Look at all these little kids now. They all dress and everything, and they all think they're like gods, and they're in.
It's the swag, or I think baseball's been trying to speed things up, because there were guys that would take 5 minutes to get in the box. The fake bug in the eye, and just kind of hang out, and
a lot of time.
I already know what I'm going to talk about when you guys are talking about this right now. You're just making it better for me to talk about.
Let's hear it, Boone. Who do you got?
Yeah.
Oh, Pablo Sandoval by far.
Really?
Yeah, and I would tell this to his face too, so I don't feel bad putting it on like public social media or anything like that. He was so funny. And then because he was like, we would call him the mayor, because he knew every Latin guy on every team. So he was the mayor, and he was always the guy like, oh God, come on, Booty, help me out here. Who is the catcher back in like 06, 07, 08, righty?
Alfonso?
Yes.
Elysier Alfonso?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Good call.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And so he would try to mirror himself upon him, like just mannerisms, not like playing and stuff. So he would do that all the time and like take forever to get in the box. If he had a great game that day, he was talkative to everyone, so friendly. If he had a bad game, oh, don't talk to him. Or no, you can talk to him, but he wouldn't talk back to you all the time.
Yeah.
And the best part was, this is part like that, he would laugh his ass off if he sees this podcast. I'll probably just send it to him anyways. When we were in Augusta, Georgia, it was All-Star break, and we were all getting ready for the All-Star break. I actually made the All-Star team that year, thank God. And I was going to, I don't know what, it doesn't matter. He shaved his entire body because he was going to the what's the Future Stars game, right?
Yeah.
And you're like 17, 18, yeah. You're not a big leaguer yet, but you're like a minor league stud. He got sent to the Future Stars game. He shaved his entire body, head to toe. And one of his teammates, a Latin teammate, so obviously I'm not the one making this up, so I'm racist, called him Norbit after that.
Stop it. They call him Norbit?
So and he was like this big ball of like rotund Sandoval, like just like, how are you so athletic at that size? And it was like, I think it might have been Gino the leg that called him Norbit. Nobody could unhear that the rest of the year.
What was Pablo like? What was Sandoval like?
Oh, he was awesome. He's a great team. I played with him for like 5 or 6 years. So like,
oh yeah,
I got to know him like during the high times, and like obviously when you play for someone that long, play with someone.
Yeah.
You get pissed at each other every once in a while.
Right. I can imagine.
Yeah, exactly. And you're good with it.
Clubhouse. I'm like, take a deep breath. I looked at him, and I don't think he ever saw me look at someone like that his entire life. He's like, "Okay, Booty, I'm sorry." He like cleaned up the tangerine everywhere, and like, but he was a good dude. He was a really, really good dude. That's the only reason I even told that story.
That's funny. Has there ever been like on the road, like you kind of see those movies and stuff? Hey, everyone gets hammered one night. Let's have a rain out, and they kind of intentionally, water down the field. Has anything crazy out of the norm happened like that on the road? Summer ball, fall ball, whatever it is.
I have a great story about this one.
Yeah, I was going to say I haven't been a part of one of those, but Mooney probably has.
So let's go back to 2006.
Okay.
It was the exact day or night, whatever you want to call it. The alligator hunter died. What's his name?
The alligator hunter.
No, I think you're
Australian.
Irwin.
Yes.
Irwin.
Yeah.
Crocodile
hunters. Yeah, sorry, alligator, idiot. And so that day he died, and we're playing the Rockies in Augusta.
Okay.
It's raining off and on all weekend. And this is so long ago. It's like 20 years ago. So like we got in trouble that night, but who cares now? I'm with Eric Young Jr. What's his name that played Dexter Fowler?
Mm-hmm.
A couple other like big leaguers that made it with the Rockies, and we're all at the local bar just getting drunk because we were making the playoffs. The Rockies guys weren't, and so they're like, "We don't want to play tomorrow. Let's go." We get wasted, and a couple guys run off. And next day, I'm like getting questioned on the field. Like, "Do you do this to the field? Did you tell them that's okay to do it?" I'm like, "No, no, we still have to play. This is our home field. We're home field advantage."
What was it like out in Oklahoma City, Ben, as far as traveling and playing at home? And what was the environment out there? NAIA kind of in the middle of the country.
Right. And traveling was brutal. But I got to preface it with, the year before I got there, we were national champs. So
you guys were?
Yeah, 2005 national champs. I should say they were. I hadn't got there yet. So, part of making it out there is the recruiting process. And I'm talking to my coach, like, hey, who's good in NAIA? Like, I know that's where I'm going. Oklahoma City just won it. Okay, cool. I want to go there. Let's set that up. This and that. So I get out there, and I think fortunately, I guess because of the success the year before, we didn't do a lot of traveling my first year. It was like all the teams came to us. Like we had very limited travel. If we did, it was Texas, which was so close. Texas, Kansas, and that was kind of about it. You just stretched it out a little bit further my senior year, but I think the biggest thing was the weather. The weather conditions were crazy different. California and Oklahoma weather-wise for baseball cannot compare. Like it's not comparable. It's so drastically different. I can't express that enough. It's just miserably cold, winds blowing out like as hard as you could possibly imagine. It's really, that was the biggest adjustment for me going from California out to the Midwest to play ball.
What was it like playing at Sutter Health Park, Mike? You played there for how many years? 3 years? 4 years?
So that was when the A's played there.
Okay.
So
where were you at?
I was in Fresno.
Okay, yes, the Fresno Grizzlies.
Yeah.
Did you know that my college apartment was right across the street from that stadium?
Oh damn.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh gee.
Chancey Boone.
Yeah, that was right there at they called it the Bulldogs.
Oh man, yeah, I got some stories from that town.
I bet you do.
Because I was there when Fresno State won it.
They won the national championship.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was funny. There was oh man. you might be able to help me on some of these like places we go out to. This is a complete like
Piccadilly Inn they had there. They had
there's
the Black
like
Angus.
4 or 5 bars around there.
Yeah.
And like obviously like Sheerholtz was like one of my best friends at that time, so we would always the ones going out. And there was this like one non-straight guy that always have his V-neck down to here that would hit on Sheerholtz every single time we went out. He somehow knew where he was every single time, but he was such a nice guy.
Yeah.
That our dumbasses would let him hang out with us all the time, and he would buy us drinks. I'm like, okay. But he was like a satellite.
He knew. He had the GPS set up.
And he always had his V-neck down to like almost the middle of his stomach.
I forgot what we were even talking about after that tangent. I just remembered.
No, I was talking about Sutter Health Park. So you never played at Sutter Health?
Oh, okay. I got a good story about that. Actually,
okay. What do you got?
Edit.
So that big right.
We're gonna let it roll, man. Let it roll.
The stupid A's. They were smart. They were smart little bastards.
Yeah.
Big ass white building in right center.
Okay.
And on certain type of day games or early night games, they would always start a lefty because the sun, like imagine the light above my head, would be right off this building in right center, and you could not see a lefty at all. For the
really
smart.
It was impossible.
Is it still there? Yeah, it must.
Oh, the white building's still there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Now the big league stadium, so like probably I know for a fact the Giants already know this
because we would start lefties too for like a couple of innings. But the big leaguers all get to play later at night all the time.
Sure.
Yeah, and look at the times. I guarantee you, if you watch if someone wanted to do the research, the A's when they're in the big leagues, their night games or even weekend day games compared to how the minor leagues used to do it back in the days, I bet they're completally different times because they all know it.
Yeah.
And you know a big league team.
You got to research that. I'm gonna put you on that.
I'm gonna research that.
It's on you. I want to know about that in a couple days.
Hey, follow up with me in a couple days. I'll have that info for you.
Yes, exactly.
I'm gonna be on that stuff. That is unbelievable. Let me ask you this: what do baseball players do during practice? Is there such a thing as practice?
Yeah, and each place does it different. That's for sure.
Yeah, like what do you mean?
So there's different formats to each practice wherever you're at, and I've experienced it in different places. I'd assume Mooney did as well, but some kind of will divide you up and split people up and put you in stations and have you work all throughout the field and different places where you could be at. And then others are, as a pitcher, others you're just shagging. I might just shag for like 2 hours. That's it. Just sitting there. Mooney's hitting away.
Mooney's hitting away.
There. Yeah.
It's not right.
And so that's where you come up with games and stuff. You gotta like challenge your teammates to games. Like, all right, who can catch as many on the fly, or you give like a point system. You gotta like make stuff up. You're so bored.
What was that one game called, Ben? Like 500 or something like that?
Yeah, 500.
Yeah. Right. And then Mario Rivera tears his ACL in right center.
Yeah,
he did. That's right. Early in his career, huh?
Yeah.
Was it later?
God, he played for like 20 years, so who knows?
Yeah, he played forever. That's for sure.
Yeah, Ben's pretty much spot on with that. I don't think we really did that CSM too much. Where's always guys.
We are good about going station to station.
Yeah.
Like you would be shagging, but for a short period of time, you'd also be working on other stuff to get yourself better. You weren't just stuck doing shagging, which is like the most boring thing ever.
Yeah.
Last question.
Keep going.
No, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying like big leagues.
I thought you were going to start giving me the rules on 500.
No, I could care less. I don't remember. College and like big leagues were a little different because big leagues, like, okay, or not big leagues, but like just like professional. All right, I go do my earlier work whenever I want in the morning. Say I did outfield, say my job was outfield earlier work and just fly balls. All right, I'm gonna relax in the outfield as a right fielder and not spend my energy because I already got there at 11 and 12, and I'm probably gonna leave at midnight. Now, if it was just like throwing guys out of second or just hitting or something different, that decides what I'm doing in batting practice. But also pitchers, that's tough because like a lot of my teammates was like, well, you guys can hit every day. You guys can get better at that every day. And pitchers can't throw with full effectiveness every day. Like, I mean, batting can chirping whenever he wants right now, but like, how many times do you throw a towel on a bench? You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's only so much you can do.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oakland Ballers, independent ball. What kind of league would you compare that to? Is that compared to like low A, high A, rookie ball? What's it compared to?
I would have to say none of the above. Maybe rookie.
I don't know. Because JT Snow and like Burnsy run this, right?
Yeah, they're JT Snow's with Modesto now. The Modesto.
Yeah, so from what I remember when they started, it was
when they're like, we want guys that
maybe have played a year independent ball, but
or just don't have an opportunity off of college,
right? So,
I mean, like for example, like the Ballers, like 3-hitter, probably the best hitter in the league, was the WCC Player of the Year from St. Mary's.
So he should get drafted, or at least get signed.
He didn't get drafted.
Well, and you see that's what I like about what they're doing there. It's like you have the opportunity there. You get sure the ones that do get discovered, like the diamonds in the rough, right? You know, like they weren't sought after by a bunch of people, but they can prove they can actually play and move on. And so it's cool to see someone go up through that. I think Nava was one of those guys. He went Chico nuts. And I think his first contract, they gave the Red Sox like $1 for him, or the Red Sox gave $1 to get him from the Chico Nuts or something crazy. Yeah. So, and in baseball, there's like so many people that have the ability to make it up, but haven't quite been seen. So they're providing that stage for those guys to be discovered, which is pretty cool.
He's right. And like another product of professional teams only having low A, high A, double A, triple A now, when it used to have 2 rookie ball teams, short season. Now short season I think is considered low A. I don't know. Okay. But they have
a developmental
7 leagues to get to the big leagues.
Yeah,
now there's only like 4.
3, 4, 5.
Yeah. Yeah, so now all these big league teams spend a little bit more money on scouting rather than the players. Which I think that's why you see the big league product, and pitchers don't throw as many strikes and hitters strike out more.
Yeah, they sure don't, do they?
They're not getting tossed by the big leaguers right when they're 18, 19, 20 anymore.
Have either of you gotten tossed out of a game?
Once a year at least.
I don't think I have. No,
never?
No. Not that I can think of.
Moon, what did you get tossed for? Ball strikes?
People. So it's pretty good, I guess.
Yeah, mostly ball strikes.
What's that whole dynamic between pitcher and umpire and hitter, catcher, umpire? What's that whole dynamic like?
Oh God, it can get out of control sometimes. Depending on who has up their ass that day.
Now, what's the chirping like? Is like, are you putting your head down and like, hey, or that?
I mean, the pitcher doesn't have the ability to do that.
But the catcher's doing it for him, right? Is the catcher chirping a lot?
Yeah, but he puts his head down because, like, if he does like something like that, or the hitter does the same thing, the umpire's like, "You showing me up in front of everyone else." But it's like, but who's pissed off? Like, is the pitcher playing like shit that day, and then he gets like, and then he just misses the zone by a half an inch and gets that ball called. So now he's bitching. And then, so this is what one type. So for instance, like, and Ben will like agree, like pitchers sucking all day, and I get in there, and all of a sudden, like 3 borderline calls in a row are all strikes against me. And I'm like, what the like F is this stuff?
It hasn't been there all day.
And the catcher starts laughing. It's like I was like done, and he's like, he threw me out right away.
Now, does your manager get pissed at you when you get tossed?
No. Well, it depends.
No.
Usually, depending on what you
do, like it depends. Like if you do some, I don't think I ever did anything like. I dropped some like very, I would not say words now, and you know he'd be like, dude, you know what? I said something like that back in the day, and I got written up in the paper. That was a different level than you were playing at, so watch it, and then I learned from it. But
yeah,
I think you can figure out what I was saying. Like not 20 years ago, it was a little different than now. But I, you know, but I don't. Oh, actually, you know, it's a funny story. The San Jose Giants. This is the year before I got there, but like I knew all the guys. They were like 12 innings into the game on a back-to-back doubleheader. So like a doubleheader. So like they already played 7 innings, and they were 12 innings into the second game. And John Bowker, which you guys all remember.
Oh yeah, lefty. Yeah.
Takes one right down the middle, throws his bat right on home plate.
Nice. Yes.
I watched the video the next year.
I love it.
And he just walked right into all the teammates were like, Franzen was like, yeah, he just walked right back into the clubhouse, took his clothes off, and laid on the couch.
Oh man, that is unbelievable.
And they played 4 more innings after that.
But nothing interesting with the umpire or the relationship with the catcher or anything.
I was gonna say I got lucky. I've been asked to.
You were always around the zone, right?
But I've also been asked to throw at people and did the job, and sometimes it's more obvious than others. So I'm kind of surprised I never got ejected, because there were opportunities where it would have made sense. And you know, I think I just got lucky that I never got tossed.
Did you throw guys at all levels?
Yeah. Yeah. And you know, it was one of those things. I don't think I was ever out of line with it. It was pretty much like what the unwritten rules were, you know, kind of, you know, making sure there wasn't anything. And I didn't throw hard enough, I don't think, to really piss anyone off. So let's be honest.
Right. I gotcha.